Hello, fancy seeing you here. This video is number 158 and it's on shaded areas. Alright, I think it deserves its own video, this particular topic. Keyword is shaded area, and that's just the shaded bit on the shape. Alright, there'll be a couple of shapes you need to know how to work out the areas for, and I'll explain the method. So to answer a question where you have been asked to calculate the shaded area, you must know all the possible area formulae for all the shapes I've gone through in previous videos. Please watch those videos. I think there's two that explains everything that you need. Calculate the area of the smaller shape. Take the area of the smaller shape away from the area of the bigger shape. Okay, so sorry, I've missed off a thing there. Calculate the area of the bigger shape, then calculate the area of the smaller shape, then take the smaller shape area away from the bigger shape to leave you with the area of the shaded bit. All right, that's the bit that is shaded in. So calculate the area of the shade, or to calculate the shaded area in question number 1. That's what we have to do. Pretty simple one, this one, right? The shaded area is the red section. Okay, we've got a small rectangle on top of a large rectangle. This rectangle is 3 by 5 centimeters, which would be 15 centimeters squared. So 3 centimeters multiplied by 5 centimeters equals 15 centimeters squared. I worked out the smaller one first. Oh no, never mind. 9 times by 8 is the bigger one. So 9 centimeters multiplied by 8 centimeters equals 72 centimeters squared. All I've got to do is take away 15 centimeters squared from 72 centimeters squared. So if I take away 5, that gives me 67. So 57 centimeters squared is what the answer would be. So 72 centimeters squared minus 15 centimeters squared equals 57 centimeters squared. All right, now I think that's relatively simple to do if you understand all your area formulae, because these ones are just rectangles. Rectangles are the easiest things to calculate the area for. Okay, let's have a look at the second question then. Second question, calculate the shaded area, give your answer in terms of pi. So we don't need a calculator for this because we have to give our answer in terms of pi. This is understanding how to calculate the area of a circle and how to calculate the area of a triangle. All right, so first I'm going to do, using my method, calculate the area of the bigger shape. The bigger shape is the triangle, 14 multiplied by 12. So I'm going to write this down as this actually. Area of the triangle equals 14 multiplied by 12 divided by 2. So that's 7 times by 12, which is 84 centimeters squared, because that's in centimeters. That's in centimeters. So that's in 84 centimeters squared. 7 times 12. I just did 14 divided by 2, basically, and then multiplied it by the 12 there. So the area of the triangle is that, right? Need that in our next bit of our calculation. We also need to calculate the area of the circle. Now the circle has a diameter of 8 centimeters and therefore a radius of 4. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go and watch the area of circles video that I've made, area and circumference of circles. That will help you out. So the area of the circle equals pi multiplied by 4 squared, which is equal to 16 pi, right? And that would be in centimeters squared, right? Now our answer in terms of pi, 16 has been multiplied by pi, right? That's the only way we can write that. So we take the 84 and we take away, right? So this is actually our answer, 84 minus 16 pi centimeters squared, right? It sounds or looks quite complicated, but actually we're just taking the area of the smaller shape, which we can see as the circle, area of the smaller shape away from the area of the bigger shape. Okay? Hopefully that all makes sense to you. All right? Good. I'm glad it does. Now, let's look at the third and final problematic problem. All right? Looks pretty tricky to me because you've got a big old green semicircle here, and I wrote this a while ago, so I can't remember if it is. It looks pretty difficult. So the green shaded area of the diagram shows where strawberries grow in a field. Tim harvests 2.4 kilograms worth of strawberries per square meter. He makes 20p profit per kilogram he sells. How much could he make if he sold the whole harvest? So this is all about bringing a calculator in to do some work here, for sure. So it's definitely a calculator question. Let's position that so we can use it and still read what the question asks us. There we go. So First of all, in the field, I've noticed there's a house and there's a pond, right? So those areas he will not be able to grow his strawberries in. So I need to work out the exact space he's got, assuming he's going to use every square centimetre of this field that he's got as a semicircular field. Yeah, it'll be removing the house area and the pond area as well. So hopefully we've got enough room to work this out. But the area of the semicircle is the biggest shape. Area semicircle equals, right? So that's going to be the radius of 800 meters, because the diameter is 1600 meters. So that's going to be 800 meters, or 800 squared times by pi. So pi times by 800 squared, because that's the radius squared. And then we're going to divide that by 2, right? Because that would give us a semicircle rather than a whole circle, all right? So let's just put that into the calculator. We've got pi multiplied by 800 squared over 2. Hopefully we're going to get an answer that we can, yeah, write down. Oh, no. 100,5309. 100,5309.649. Okay, it's awkward. I've written down all the digits of it. Then I'm going to work out the area, which is of the house, which looks like a trapezium. Okay, so trapezium there. And these probably would be stated within the question. It's just I've written this and I haven't written those, what the shapes are in there. Right, but this is a trapezium, this house. So we work out the area of trapezium by adding the parallel sides together, halving the answer, multiplying by the height. So the area of trapezium equals the 200 plus the 250, so 450. Half of that, half multiplied by 450, multiplied by the height of 180. Okay, so there's the area of the trapezium. And we also need the area of the pond, which is a circle, right? And then that's going to be 15, so pi times by 15, because the radius is 15 squared. And that's going to give us that. Everything's in meters. Yeah, everything's in meters, so it's not a problem. Right, so I'm just going to calculate this and add these two answers together. I'm going to add that, or put that in some square brackets there, to this. Okay, so do that all in one calculation. And I'm going to keep this number on the screen, so I don't have to type it in again. All right, and I'm just going to work out, so answer minus this. So that is going to be half down is what I need to press, multiplied by 450, that's 440, 450 multiplied by 180, and then I should put some brackets in at the start of that as well, I think, because I wanted to do that calculation first. So I'll just go back in, put a bracket there. So that's the area of the trapezium. All right, going to add the area of the pond, so shift pi multiplied by 15 squared, that's 11. 15 squared, close that bracket. So I've got the area of the pond in a bracket, the area of the trapezium in a bracket, adding those two things together. So I wanted them to work them out separately. Then I'm going to put that in the bigger brackets because it's taking it all away from the area of the semicircle. Okay, so that is the area of the field, area to plant, equals this massive space here in meters squared. So 964102, 964102.7908 meters squared. All right, so pretty big area of the field. So let's go back to the question, reading the words. Tim harvests 2.4 kilograms of strawberries per square meter. All right, so let's multiply our answer by 2.4 because that's how many kilograms he'll be able to do. So multiply by 2.4. Okay, so that's 23138 46.698 kgs of strawberries, of straws. And okay, he makes 20p profit per kilogram that he sells. So 20p on the calculator would be 0.2. So if we multiply that by 0.2, he's making that much money. All right, I'm just going to write that down. 462769. 462769. It pays to be a strawberry farmer. 0.34 because it's money. There we go. So our final answer. I multiplied that. I'm just going to write down answer multiplied by 0.2 equals this. All right. He has made a grand total of £462,769.34 from the sale of all of his strawberries. Madness. All right. Really tricky problem, but it was just about shaded area. All right. Work out the area of the semicircle. Work out the area of the trapezium, work out the area of the pond, take the area of the trapezium and the pond or the circle away from the area of the semicircle, and then use that to work out the kind of context bit. The money stuff after that is not too difficult if you go through it logically in your brains. You definitely have to use your brains for that one though. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I hope that's all made sense. And take care of yourselves, look after one another, practice using the link in the description, like and subscribe, and tell someone you love them today. Why not?